So welcome back to another stream. It has been a while. I haven't actually been gaming that much this week. I don't know why. I wasn't really in the mood. But next week Final Fantasy 12 comes out. Actually, in the the usual game store that I buy my games, they already have Final Fantasy 12. So one part of me is like, damn it, I could be playing Final Fantasy. But the other part of me says, I'm happy I pre-ordered the game on Amazon because it was only 31 bucks compared to 47. I really want to complete this game. Now, it's not a hard game, so I'm pretty much going to blaze through the storyline. Orders. I have no idea how many chapters there are in the game. I know I am about 9 hours into it. I'm chapter 4. I've done a couple of missions in chapter 4.
Yo, what's the matter?
I've done a lot of side missions. Game mission.
Up details.
Yeah, bullshit. I mean, the game isn't really that bad. It's, I got it for, 31 bucks or 30 bucks. It's not that bad for that amount of money. But of course, we're at a point where PS4 has so many good games. I understand that people will say or will think like, why would you play this if, you can play Persona or Neo. I still need to play Persona.
I was hoping they'd
more.
improve its aesthetic appearance. Something more majestic, more magnificent, more like me.
I mean, we really don't have room to complain, but I get it. Maybe I could put a ribbon on mine.
Not you too, Helena. Take some time for your friend.
But no, seriously, it's not that bad.
No, really.
It's a
They're
fun
saving
game.
us a whole lot of cash on paid focus groups, so don't hold back.
Your attention, please. We'll be splitting into 2 teams and performing a mock battle.
Your alchemic armaments are ready to rumble.
Shall we begin, Captain?
Go for it.
Squad A, step forward. Commence attack.
Test improved weapons. But my weapons are not improved. That's so weird.
Let's commence the operation.
Ah, that's good.
That's our target.
I mean, I haven't even upgraded the other weapons, so this knife I finally fully upgraded, at least to a point where the game allows you to upgrade the main weapon of the main character, and as you can see, you don't really need to upgrade the weapons, to be honest.
Enemy reinforcements sighted. Don't look away. Try again.
Fire shot.
Watch out, this will be easy.
Here we go.
I'm ending this.
It's such a shame though, because visually, aesthetically, the game is really interesting. It looks interesting. The characters are well made. They're not their standard waifu, voodoo, whatever characters. Some of the worlds, environments, they look pretty decent. They're interesting. Like this gigantic castle. It looks decent. It's such a shame that the game got a lower budget, but that's pretty much what happened. The game got a really low budget compared to what we have consoles. I think with a bigger budget and I don't know, little bit different approach. Like, maybe they should create the game more a little bit like a build-up game, where you have an adventure and you go from one point of the world to another.
Going in.
I think that would have been better, to be
Here I
honest.
go!
Incoming reinforcements!
So, look at the machine. They look fairly good, and
Can't relax yet.
its architecture looks decent. It's you know, a lot of the parts of the game doesn't look that bad.
This'll be
We can do this!
Let's even talk about music though. The music is awesome.
Don't look away.
Here I
Oh yeah, another big news, at least for me, is Horizon Zero Dawn finally got a new game plus. That is awesome. I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna replay it because
Won't be able
there's
to
so
gather
many
any solid
games
data
coming
at this
out.
rate.
I am at the verge
Hey guys,
of
fighting small fries
beating
like that
all
would be boring, right?
the side missions.
Damn straight.
I've collected all the
I
collectibles,
beg your
and
pardon?
now I
Squad B
am
will now raid Squad
trying
A.
to destroy all the corrupted zones.
Follow me.
The only part of the game I'm not gonna do are the trials. I don't like that. I don't like stuff like that. Trials and,
Let's get it on.
you know, where you have a certain enemy and that's it.
I'll rock you.
Also, they added a super hard difficulty that actually changes the behavior of the machines. That is awesome. Making them a lot more aggressive.
I like
The Chinese game is coming to ps4. It's sort of a Devil May Cry Metroidvania style game in the Chinese world. It's pretty cool. I really hope there's going to be like an English-Chinese release, physically. I did buy right for limited run games. The first time they put it on sale, I was like, I don't know if I want to spend 40 bucks on a game. Because, you know, as you know, I'm really trying to slow down and buying games, especially games I don't really play or not gonna play a lot.
I'd wager those are good to go in real
But
combat, no
I
problem.
do remember
We
playing the
appreciate
game
all your help.
on the Game
Don't
Expo here
sweat
in
it.
Holland.
Happy to lend a
and
hand so Jetland can win big.
I was just like, nah.
Glad we can
it
count
was
on
really fun when I played. So I'm like, okay, whatever. You know. My budget for limited run is actually pretty high because I haven't been buying a lot. I think I haven't bought a single limited run game for like 2 months. So my budget is about 190. So of course now it's 100 and what is it, 45? Or now 150 because it's 40 bucks. Still, that's a lot. So that's really cool.
Then allow me
So
to
if you actually have seen a couple of my streams, you know that I pretty much made the decision to get rid of my Vita. I seriously never played with it. It was collecting dust, and I wasn't, you know, collecting for it. It's really weird because I'm not saying that the games on the PlayStation Vita are bad.
I came across a nice bottle. I
Definitely
wanted
not.
to open it with you.
Goodness.
But so many of
Shouldn't
them
you share it with your fellow
eventually
officers?
are getting
It has to be
Switch or
It'll be
PS4
wasted
ports.
on that lot who can only think about promotion.
So I was really
Besides,
like, yeah,
feel at ease
you
with
know,
you.
I
You're
don't
someone
want
I
it.
can trust.
So I thought about it a long time, and I was
What is
like,
it?
okay,
Did
let's
something happen?
let's sell it.
Nothing interesting.
So I sold the
There's a
Vita
lot of
and
things
Vita
going
TV,
I'm
and
surprised you noticed.
I sold
When
Senran
you drink
Kagura.
like that,
I actually
it
am going to
usually
ship it
means
today.
something
The special edition
Not
with
only
a couple of games.
Things have been busy at work, too.
I was pretty happy about that. He offered quite a lot. I sold Breach and Clear
But
for
you still made time to
210
see
euros. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with the money.
Lieutenant Colonel Smirnov trusted Violet. It said that she would glean bits of inside information from him, then move on to his fellow officers to find evidence supporting what she learned.
I'm at least not going on a buying spree and, you know, getting 70 games or whatever. Definitely not. I haven't bought anything. I think I'm gonna use that for the Switch, you know, when Xenoblade 2 comes out, and we'll see though. We'll see. Like, I do want a Switch, but you know, how do I say it? Like, I have so many games to play, and there's so many games coming out. I don't think I'll even have time to play the Switch, let alone want to play it.
It seems that you visit Ipsaria at every opportunity.
Yes, sire.
Do you miss your mother?
Ipsaria is Rue's territory that must be reclaimed. It was simply reconnaissance on the enemy.
Be at ease. We merely jest.
Sire, I wish to ask something.
Speak.
For what reason does your majesty advocate Jutland?
An amusing inquiry.
Jutland's princes spoke of protecting the people. I was wondering if all who stand atop their domain feel the same.
Such youthful naivete as ever. We assume the role of hegemon, of course, for our own sake.
One's own sake.
Are we not a man born in troubled times? Though life is all too short, we refuse to die before standing atop the world. Each step we take brings us closer to our manifest destiny. We will go anywhere. We would walk over anyone to reach our destination. Ruse, Ipsaria, Jutland, the Valkyria. Even you. Everybody. Everything exists to follow our divine mandate. It is unlike us to speak so freely. Maxine, it now occurs to us why we took you under our wing. It may be that we see a shadow of our past self within you.
Your Majesty's past?
We too were once second in line to the throne. At the time, Ruse was a small country, lacking in resources and relevance. We, however, held greater ambitions, and so we set about to raise this nation into a hegemony that would span the globe. Around this time, we obtained the Valkyria. Its power would prove to be our first step in following the way of the kings. Then, to increase our imperial strength, we took control of the neighboring countries, hence the conquest of Ipsaria. Anything that is not a stepping stone is an obstacle to us. Expanding Ruse's territory made it equal to the world powers. Naturally, we have gained many enemies on the road to rule. Deflecting attempts on our life is an everyday occurrence. Though grudges and vendettas surround us, we regret nothing. We shall shoulder the suffering of those who fell before us. It is that unwavering resolve which paves our path of power.
How glorious. His Majesty's unfaltering words always resonate with me. Why then do I feel as if something bothers me?
We place our faith in Grand General Maxine.
Thank you, sir.
General Not just general, no, grand.
His Majesty's resolve and the hegemony he spoke of, they are noble and without doubt. It speaks to my very being. But I cannot see what lies beyond. After he conquers the world, do happiness and peace wait in the future?
Nope. Definitely not.
Peace.
Let's see if I can beat the game this weekend. I have to be, of course. I can do it. The gameplay itself is not the problem, it's the huge amount of cutscenes.
Our target is here. Glotzen.
This colony's been under the Empire's heel for a while now.
I managed to dig up this interesting story over wine.
Is this information credible?
I got in contact with other officers and found evidence. The Empire's investing heavily in Glotzen to develop a weapon greater than anything we've seen.
With winter ending, they must be gearing up again.
So, we've been cooking up some kick-ass monotech of our own.
Apparently yours can't even compare, Vaz.
As if the Valkyria is not enough. Simply having a powerful weapon at the ready has meaning. It doubles as a demonstration for the major powers, too. However, even it has its limits. How do you mean? There's only one Valkyria. It can't appear at multiple locations at once. Accordingly, Ruse must be extremely selective of which battleground to deploy it. Even with it, they still need the support of strong weapons.
But their alchemic weaponry's still half-baked, right?
That's for sure.
Your boy toy shared a lot with you.
Well, he isn't the type to divulge secrets, but you can thank his stressful home life.
We should destroy this weapon before they finish it. Agreed. Then we'll be able to apply even more pressure on the Empire.
Orphanage ruins. Ah.
Am!
Glad you guys came.
Yes,
That's
Ellen.
my line.
You mean if I like the game? Yes, it's pretty good. It's decent good. It's worth the $30 I paid for it.
Everyone, let's head back home. Miss Maria, can we play out here a little longer?
Goodness, you were out here for so long, but you still want to play more?
Everyone knows
I'm starving.
that Maria is the Valkyria.
We just ate
I
snacks.
mean, it's obvious.
You're such a pig. You can go home. We'll play by ourselves.
No, no, don't say such mean things.
Please, Miss Maria, can we? Miss Maria! Hey, Miss Maria!
Miss Maria.
Stargate is Imperial Arsenal Lock. Class. Check our preparations before we go. I don't want to do that.
How you doing?
Perfect.
What is it?
The freaking has to load for a conversation, really. Oh yes, I'm gonna skip it. This is all filler bullshit.
Whoa,
The game is not that interesting to read all the filler bullshit.
How you doing?
Yo, what do you want? Pretty good, yeah? How about this? How about this? How about this? See ya.
What's the matter?
I love old school RPGs.
We've got a new assignment.
Lost art. No one wants to focus. What do you mean with lost art? Like,
we have
literally like artwork?
We have the advantage. That's all.
On small details. Okay. Okay. So you mean the small gameplay features or maybe visual features that nobody is really paying attention to?
April 5th. The Jutland army departed for the imperial domain of Glotzen.
Hey, what's up, Tyler Thunder? Yeah, I'm really curious about the new update for No Man's Sky.
Shadows rise
I
as
still don't have
darkness
the game.
falls.
Yes,
Story,
it's
creativity. Okay.
I wonder, is the Valkyria as nocturnal as the rumors claim?
They're not rumors, it's intelligence.
Still, I think it was a night owl. But I guess it's not too surprising, what with its image as a Reaper.
Tonight's a surprise attack. I'm sure it won't show up.
Let it. I'll just show that thing the business end of all my training. You hear that, Reaper? Bring it on. I'll tussle with you
She has some
anytime.
weird eyes. Look how big they
Helena,
are.
you're
Holy
being
fuck.
too loud.
Pray tell.
Well,
How certain
not
is this
all
information?
games are RPGs,
Is there
but
any reason to doubt it?
No,
certain
not
games
as far
are
as I
being
know.
classified
But in
as
that
an
case,
RPG. For
should we not
example,
avoid combat after dusk?
I saw a
The
top
only thing
10
we should do
RPGs
is
for
complete our
PS4
missions and
list,
keep an eye out for the Valkyria.
and there was a
Soon as
game
always.
like
Doesn't matter
Neo
when.
and Nier
We won't win the
Automata
war if we avoid
and
fighting at
Yakuza
night.
on that list, and I'm like,
Enough
Neo
talk.
is not an RPG, Yakuza it's not an RPG, and Nier Automata is, well, I don't know, it's not really an RPG, it's more like an open world hack and slash action game.
Yeah.
But I understand that some will classify it as, you know, an RPG.
Let's do this.
Oh,
I swear I'm not drunk.
Tango sighted.
Intercept the enemy!
Farewell.
All right.
Observe the enemy.
Swear I'm not drunk.
Terribly sorry.
Take this. All right. That all you got? Commander down.
It's close.
I found them!
Enemy reinforcements sighted.
Stay away.
There is no other way.
Let's end this.
Swear I'm not drunk. That'll be a good one.
Get lost.
Sorry,
That all you got? All right. Commander down.
Yes, that's all I got.
I swear I'm not drunk.
They have containers though. They're wooden.
No match for us.
Intercept the enemy!
Constant vigilance.
Get lost.
This is a good position.
Commander down.
Keep up the
I'm
pressure.
not drunk.
In the name of justice, the fruits of our labor, yes? Rest in peace. This is a sitch.
For now, but we can't let our guard down. I don't intend on relaxing my guard, but the Empire's being moronic. This isn't even a decent defense.
Maybe we just got 2 days strong. Right, PP?
Nope. It's a trap.
Something seems amiss.
What does?
This feels too easy by far. We have bypassed much tighter security than this, I believe. It is almost as if we are being invited in.
Yep.
You heard her. What do you think, Lieutenant?
The princess is right. They're hardly putting up a fight.
Their numbers match the intel.
Could it be that the intelligence is inaccurate?
It came from a reliable source.
This is unlike you. Have you properly confirmed it?
I'm sure it's been verified.
I was asking Amlet.
What do you suggest we do? Turn back?
If only we could. We cannot ignore the reports of the enemy developing new weaponry.
Then we keep going. All right.
I'll prove myself.
Let's end this! All right.
Double ears.
all you got?
The tides are turning!
Commander down!
Let's do this!
You should have studied us.
Not done yet. Who's next? Commander down!
Piece of cake, right?
Who's next?
Should have studied us.
Let's go all out!
Who's next? Commander down!
Let's do it!
This'll do it. Commander down!
It's a little fence, seriously.
Piece of cake, right?
Turning!
Who's next?
Let's do this!
I won't lose.
Reinforce!
This is a good strategy.
Who's next? Commander down!
Yeah.
Ears!
Oh shit. Now I'm going to see the super weapon. There's nothing here. Ha!
Nothing is here.
Huh?
Well, well. What a sad state this is.
Balderdash! A reliable source, my perfect posterior. How's that crow tasting, Captain Clueless?
You don't think this is a...
Uh-oh.
It's a trap.
Shit.
Now, let the hunt begin.
There's less enemies that way. There are woods past this encirclement.
It may be another trap.
But it's the only way out. Amlet!
We can't stay here, Captain. We need to split up and head back to the woods.
You're right. Get to the woods and get back to where we rested. Meet back up before dawn.
And if we're late?
We can't wait for stragglers. Come daybreak, we leave.
No. Criminy, our so-called captain's cold-blooded to the core.
Go, go!
He doesn't even have a machine gun. I equipped him with a rocket launcher.
Tango sighted.
Reinforcements! Reinforcements! Intercept the enemy! Who's that? Commander down! Reinforcements! Let's end this! Commander down! All right. This is Commander down. Commander down.
Run, run.
The thrill of the chase. All units, follow me. Hunt them down.
No.
Hamlet!
It's just you.
Something wrong with that?
There goes the reliable source. All down the drain.
Sorry.
For what?
The trap. You were right.
Now is not the time to discuss right or wrong. Our first and only priority is escape.
Yes, of course.
That was the first time
Hmm?
that you apologized to me.
What are you talking about?
Honestly, I am somewhat amazed. Several years have passed since we met at the Institute, but this was the first sorry I've heard from you.
You remember the weirdest things.
For as long as we've known each other, you've always been ahead of me. Even though we were in different classes, it was your name I had to compete with for the top seed and the highest grades. Which is why, during our shared courses, I was curious about your alchemic abilities. Even back then, you were a man of few words.
That's so?
If I may, there was something I wished to ask you.
What's that?
Whenever Hans delivers a report from the battlefront, each time he mentions the death toll, you look so sad.
Casualties are hardly pleasant news.
But of course, I can barely stand to hear about good people getting hurt, or worse. Yet your reaction is different. I can scarcely describe it. You seem pained. Even at the Institute of Alchemy, you were always so tense, never letting anyone get close. I visited the Institute the other day, to see the professor.
Professor Charlotte? Why?
Because I wanted to ask how to improve my alchemic ability. Hamlet, have you been attuned to Ragnite since you were a child?
Why do you ask?
I want to be strong like you. I wanted to know how to heighten my power over mana.
I don't know. I've always had this power.
I have the power!
An ambush!
I cannot believe we allowed so many to surround us.
The hunt grows most exciting once you've cornered your prey.
That's it? That's all?
Mission complete. As expected.
As expected.
Oh my, alchemists really are the most dangerous game of all. I'd better treat this wild goose chase like a monster hunt. All units retreat! Return to base! Or what's left of it.
We made it.
Somehow we did.
Sun's almost up. Let's go.
It's morning.
Well then, time to go. Chop chop, captain's orders.
Of all people, it's those two who didn't make it.
So, what's the call?
I'm waiting.
Me too.
So will I.
Are you gonna disobey the captain's orders, Lieutenant?
The rest of you go. I'll find the princess on my own.
If we're gonna wait, we should stay here. We can't afford to miss them.
I'll stay. Everyone, please go look for the captain and the princess.
We better split between those who are going to stay and the search party.
Good grief. Alright, I'll be on the search party.
Count me in. If Fifi's nearby, I'll sniff her out for sure.
What the dickens? Why, I never...
Of course, they're an integral part of Vandergam.
First, the search party should...
Hold up. Someone's coming.
What are you doing, Bloom? Hide! It's the captain!
Fifi!
I'm sorry to have worried you, Sarah.
I'm glad you're safe. I told you not to wait. It was my call. I accept responsibility for disobeying orders.
Nuh-uh, I was totally gonna wait for Fifi, no matter what.
Me too. I said we should wait. If you say that, all of us are guilty.
Well, maybe not Isaac, right?
That's right. Isaac was the only one who was a good soldier.
So true. He's a model military man. We could all learn from him.
Odds bodkins, what are you ragamuffins ragging on me for? I did nothing wrong.
We know. It's a joke, lad. A joke.
Well then.
I'll deal with you all back at base.
But beg pardon? But it was for our sakes that they...
That doesn't mean I'm not grateful for what you did. Thank you, all of you. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes.
The way the media reported the Battle of Galatzin was the complete opposite for Jutland and the Ruzi Empire. Jutland had reported that they destroyed the enemy base and successfully escaped a large besiegement.
Yes. The people had no idea that they were lured into a trap. And meanwhile, at the Ruzi Empire...
Comrades, Ruse has succeeded in routing the Jutish invasion. The end of winter brings with it the time of awakening, a new beginning for the Ruzi Empire. This huge victory lays an imperial foundation upon which we promise to rebuild our motherland back to eternal greatness.
Yay! Boobs.
The time of awakening. That is when you mortals cast away the Azure power. However, such a time will never come to pass. Young, fleeting mortals, you will never see the twilight. For I will end everything.
Uh-oh, she's angry.
I'm so sorry, Am. The only consolation is that you came back safely.
Violet, don't meet with your contact for a while.
No can do. On the contrary, he'll suspect me if I don't.
Gotta side with Saul here. They might have been trying to flesh out spies. Like you.
But he's a source of information.
It's for your own good.
Am, do you agree with the others too?
Of course. Can't do this without you, Vi.
Oh, you're making me tear up. Thanks for worrying, everyone. But I'm going to maintain contact with him.
The operation was a success.
Yes, it was.
To think scattering information would produce such results. Now to expose these vermin infesting our country. Treat every person you meet as an enemy.
Are you in pain, comrade?
It's not as bad as it looks. And I was so close to getting rid of that meddlesome princess.
Focus on recovering for the nonce.
Words can't describe my shame, sire.
Jutland will attempt to recover from their blunder at Glotzen as soon as they are able. However, it's obvious how an operation that is rushed will turn out.
Yes, but with winter ending, we can finally take the initiative, Your Majesty.
Ha!
Councilman Kallenberg.
Yes?
My name is Godot ps4.
Ah, you.
I take it the captain's told you about me.
Let's move to another location. This isn't the place for our discussion.
The more I look into you all, the heavier it weighs on my heart. I know what you're doing is morally questionable at best, but I can't help but understand.
Then why not leave it at that? Kindly stop looking into us. We chose this path in order to move forward. I'd appreciate if you continue your missions under Amlet, especially if you care for your country.
I intend to.
We don't need anyone's sympathy.
Sure. Loading, loading, loading.
This is a true story.
Yeah.
The retreat at Glotzen forced the traders to proceed to the next operation immediately.
At last we come to the great battle of Kavaltis.
Journey north.
I have a favor to ask of you, Captain. I'm frustrated about the battle at Glotzen. So please win the next one for us, sir.
That's your favor?
Yes, sir. That's it.
You're a little close.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, the anti-war movement's gotten really vocal lately. They say an army who can't admit defeat is an embarrassment. That we should surrender to Ruse before it's too late.
Hans, what are your thoughts on our last battle?
Me, sir? I think I'm glad everyone here came out safe. To me, Vannergund is more than a unit. It's an inspiration. The anti-Valkyria squad is the face of Jutland's liberation. That's why I'm so happy you all made it back in one piece.
Oh no!
Bridget, wipe that look off your face.
Nothing wrong with that. Don't let anyone tell you different.
Yes, sir!
Don't worry about what anyone else thinks.
Goodness gracious, was that...
Did he just smile?
No way!
What?
Oh, I missed it! You should have said something sooner!
Ow! That hurts!
They're all so charmed by your singing, milady. It is strange. I do not know the full extent of this magic. However, now that I am aware of it, I can feel it inside me. A power sprung from every breath and rising with each note. A power for fighting the Valkyria? Nay, not for fighting. 'Tis a spark of light and life, like the warmth of a newborn star. Does that make any sense?
Judging by their expressions, it really does. Anyway, you sure have visited a lot of new places in a short amount of time.
I am not exactly sightseeing.
Of course not, but haven't you already experienced more than you ever would have otherwise?
True. Even though they were under the Empire's control, every land I've traveled to had its own unique lifestyle. No matter how much Ruse took, the hearts of these nations still beat strong. It gives me hope for their liberation.
That's one way to look at it. But even though the Rusi colonies are being oppressed, they'll accept it as long as they can keep their cultures. In other words, the Empire left their customs intact. For example, if festivals and holidays are left alone, people can let off steam and relieve their frustrations. And then, oddly enough, they start convincing themselves that the Emperor understands them. Some say that's why they've accepted a foreign regime. Claudius, that tyrant, he's downright insidious.
Just so. Looking back on the history of Europa, tyrannical governments can only impose their rule by force for so long. Conquerors who disregard the traditional cultures of their colonies are inevitably overthrown by rebels and insurgents. Until we unmask the insidious nature of his reign, we cannot truly claim to have liberated anyone. Jutland has to lead Europa into opening its own eyes.
Then you should sing to the countries you've liberated too.
I beg your pardon?
Music heals the soul and rejuvenates the people's spirits, including mine. Your Highness's voice could rally the whole world together.
Thank you, Miranda.
Now go on and sing. They've been waiting all this time.
Indeed.
Next is Freet Erickson and Violet Sand.
Figured you'd show up sooner or later. Heard you already met with Solomon.
Indeed.
You're a strange guy. You seek us out, but don't sling any criticism or support our way. What exactly are you after?
I honestly don't know. I just want to meet you all.
Well, as you can plainly see, I'm nothing more than a writer, an essayist. We each have our own jobs.
All of which aid you in your current endeavors. It takes an extraordinary amount of willpower to remain devoted to a single cause so thoroughly for 10 years.
After the orphanage burned, a teacher took me in. I spent my days in a house filled with books and devoured all of them. That's how I learned about the power of words. I eventually started writing for newspapers to see more of the world.
And then you went freelance?
Wanted to broaden my horizons further, that's all.
And did you?
There's still a great deal I don't know, but I like learning. It gives me something I can call my own. You know, I was initially opposed to the war. The 5 of us fought about it more than a few times. But eventually I came around. Our whole lives were erased. They tried to bury the truth, but they forgot to bury us. So we decided it was time to fight. But enough about that. Let me ask you, will you take action against us?
No. I have only love for this country. And I think I best serve this country by fighting alongside you all.
You're a strange man.
I won't argue that. Lieutenant Sand.
Oh. So, you came. I heard about you from Amlet. I'm surprised you were able to find me.
It wasn't easy.
Why not use that determination for Jutland?
That's what has brought me to all of you.
It seems you know about us, yet you don't try to stop us.
If there's one thing I've learned about the Captain, it's no use trying to stop him once he's set his mind to something.
Yes. It's no use trying to stop it.
For that very reason, I want you to continue. Your fervor will ensure Jutland's victory, and that is all that matters.
You plan to exploit us?
Not unlike how you're exploiting this country.
And we're prepared to accept the consequences for that. Ever since the day we decided to do this. Satisfied?
Yes.
You're an unusual person.
I get that a lot.
What do you want? Pretty good, yeah? Pretty good, yeah? How about this? Pretty good, yeah? Pretty good, yeah? How about this? How about this? See ya.
What's the matter?
We've got a new assignment.